We're excited to have Beth Terry with us now on the set. And Beth, you have written a book, Plastic Free. What's the rest of it called? How I Kicked
the Plastic Habit and How You Can Too.
Absolutely. So it's a book about living life without plastic or as little plastic as possible. Right. And this started as a blog. Tell us a little bit about how this all happened.
It's actually about acquiring as little new plastic as possible, but I still use plastic, obviously, or I wouldn't be able to have a computer and a blog. 5 years ago, in 2007, I stumbled across an article on the internet about the plastic pollution problem in the ocean. And at that time, I'd never heard anything about this. And what shocked me was a photo I saw of a dead albatross chick on Midway Island, which is halfway between the United States and Japan. And this chick, the body was just full of plastic pieces, everyday pieces, things that I was using myself on a daily basis. And that photo shocked me like no other environmental photo ever had before. It made me really sad, and it also made me look at my own life. And so I decided to try and see what it would be like to live without acquiring any new plastic. And so I started, and I also wanted to know what my personal plastic footprint was. So I started collecting all my plastic waste every week, and I created a blog, which is now myplasticfreelife.com. And every week I would photo it and tally it up and talk about what alternatives I could possibly use. So I've been doing that for the last 5 years, and I brought to show you, this is the plastic waste that I generated in 2011 for the entire year.
For the whole year, yeah.
Yeah, it's about 2 pounds, and the average American generates about 100 pounds of plastic waste just at home. But I started out, like most people, just taking plastic bags and plastic bottles and living on convenience foods and frozen microwavable dinners and energy bars and stuff like that. So I had to really change my lifestyle, and I blogged it all along the way and decided to write a book because I wanted to give people the kind of book I wish had existed when I was first starting.
So how long did you blog before you actually got to the point of saying, okay, I'm going to make this into a book?
I think within the first couple of years, I started getting the idea of wanting to make a book, but it felt very daunting to me. And it was by 2010 that I was really certain that I was going to do it, and started really thinking about looking for an agent and a publishing company and that sort of thing.
Did you have a number of followers who were also emulating what you were doing?
Yeah,
through the blog and posting?
So there have been lots of people coming onto my blog, and one of the things that I have on there is the Show Your Plastic Challenge, where I encourage people to also collect their plastic waste for a week or more. And there's actually a worksheet in the book for people who want to do that at home. And they can post it to my blog if they want to, or they can just do it themselves to see what their plastic footprint is and to try to figure out what areas they could reduce, because everybody's lifestyle is different.
Yeah, I think this is what my daughter, we should mention that my daughter met you at UC Santa Cruz and immediately contacted me and said, you've got to have Beth Terry on your television show. And so we connected after that. And she did that. I remember seeing a picture on her blog. She has an environmental blog as well, and a picture of all the plastics that she had in her life. So that's fantastic. So it's really, you want to have this snowball and have people really begin to make a conscientious effort to think about the choices they're making relative to plastic.
Yeah. The most important things, I think, are reducing the amount of plastic that we put food in, and plastic food packaging, because there are lots of different chemicals in plastics that can leach out and contaminate our food. I explain all of that in the book, what kinds of chemicals are more harmful, what to watch out for. And one thing that I want to stress also is that I'm not going around telling everybody that they should be as extreme as I am and get their plastic down to this. I just want to use myself as an example to show what's possible and to give people ideas for ways that they can change, and to encourage people to be more mindful of their choices and to realize that they do have choices in the first place.
Yes, absolutely. Now, this book itself has no plastic in it.
Right. So my publisher, Skyhorse Publishing, figured out a way to create the book without plastic, and they knew from the time they accepted the book that they were going to do it that way. So there's no plastic coating on the cover. The binding itself is exposed, and glued with non-plastic glue and sewn with cotton thread. So it's really eco and crunchy, but it's still, I mean, I'm thrilled with the design of it because it's got full color pictures. And
yeah, I should say that the makeup of the book, the format of it is very friendly. You can jump to different places, read everything you ever wanted to know about plastic.
It's good for people like me with ADD, actually.
Right.
And it's sort of written in the style of a blog with lots of short.
So there's hope for people that are writing blogs right now that are posting in a particular niche, right? And they're gathering a following of people, and there's the possibility of a book maybe for some of those, maybe those viewers out there.
Yeah. Although from the beginning, I didn't intend to do this. It was more just a passion and a cause, and that's what it is right now, you know. And I give talks, as you know, as your daughter came to see, just to give people an idea of what they can do.
Well, Beth, that's fantastic. So good luck with the sales of the book. And Barnes & Noble, you say, has them now? And,
yeah, Barnes & Noble stores have them now. You can get it from Amazon Marketplace. You can also get signed copies from my blog, myplasticfreelife.com.
Okay, fantastic. Well, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.
You bet. And thank you for being with us for this edition of In a Word. We'll see you next time.